Paarl Royals have had a bit of a history over the last couple of years. Obviously you weren't involved, but they were kind of very dominant in the league phase, looked good, and then kind of always slipped up towards the back end of the tournament. You're in the playoffs again. What has been the discussion around the group about fixing what happened in previous years, and what would you say is the sort of feeling in the camp at the moment?
From our behalf, I actually haven't heard anything yet from any of the coaching staff or players about the previous years. I think we've been very focused on what we're trying to achieve this year, which is obviously to ultimately go on and win it. But I think with the nature of this competition, you have to take it game by game. And firstly, we're focusing on tomorrow night.
One of the other factors, I guess, is that in previous years, Paarl have been just about unbeatable at home and have kind of struggled a bit up on the high field. This season it's been a bit different. You guys have lost a couple of games at home, but you've won more on the high field. How difficult is it, and what are the important things you need to, I guess, adapt to in coming from home and playing up here?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played a lot of cricket here in South Africa, but from what I've gathered, when you play at Paarl, the wicket tends to spin a little bit, and it can be quite slow. And then when you come here, it bounces a little bit more, and the ball flies. In the two games we've had up here, obviously we had a great win here when we chased down a modest total here, and we were in a good position to win before the rain and lightning came in Joburg. So I think we're just going to take a lot of encouragement from that, and we played JSK only a couple of days ago, so we've got their team very fresh in our minds, and I'm sure we'll come in all guns blazing tomorrow.
Good afternoon. How's your captain, David Miller's injury progressing, and what is his prognosis?
The prognosis, I think you'd have to ask one of our medical experts, but he's here with us. I think we're just taking it day by day, and we'll see how he pulls up. I don't know the exact prognosis, but he is here with us. We're unsure of whether he'll be playing tomorrow night or not, but if he doesn't, I'll be skippering.
Should he be ruled out, how big of a blow will this be for the Royals?
Yeah, obviously huge. He's a star player, one of the best finishers and middle order batters in world cricket in T20s. So, yeah, it's obviously a big loss, and it's just going to take the group of us batters to collectively stand up to the plate and try and win a game for Paarl without Davy's help, if he's not playing. So we'll just see what happens on that.
Then how have you found SA20? How much have you enjoyed it, and how does it compare to, say, the 100 or other leagues you've been involved in?
Yeah, it's been awesome. Every single game that you turn up to, there's an incredible atmosphere, and it's a real family vibe around all of the grounds. The standard of cricket's obviously really high. It's a bit manic. The schedule is quite crazy. You end up playing a lot of games of cricket quickly. But yeah, it's awesome, and I'm really glad that I've had the chance to experience it.
The Royals have lost a bit of momentum over the last two matches. How do you plan on reshaping that going into the playoffs?
Yeah, we had a bit of an off game 2 games ago down in Durban. I think that was just one of those where kind of nothing went our way on that day, and with the nature of this competition, you're never going to play 10 perfect games in the group stages. And then the last game, I feel like we played a fairly decent game of cricket. We were just missing one more kind of contribution with the bat, and I think that would have been a fairly tight game. But then for tomorrow, I think it's all about just turning up and being focused on the job we have, and that's to win.
Is playing the same opposition in the playoffs as the last game a benefit or a disadvantage to the team?
Massive benefit. I think we've had a good look at all their batters, and we've had a good look at all their bowlers, so we know exactly what they're going to hit us with tomorrow, and it allows you to plan accordingly. So yeah, I'm very confident that if we turn up and play to our potential, we'll be more than fine.
You know, the last time Bartman played in Centurion, he took a hat-trick and claimed 5 wickets. Coming back to the same ground, do you think these positive memories will inspire him?
Absolutely. He bowled beautifully when we played here. I think it was about a week ago. He bowled really, really well, and so did all the other bowlers. So I think everyone's going to come here with a lot of confidence that they're playing at a ground that they know and they like. And then hopefully everyone can turn up tomorrow and like I said, play to their potential.
Dan, when you signed for SA20, you ended up in Paarl, which is not one of the better known places. Were you kind of thinking, were you kind of thinking you'd rather be in one of the major centres? And then how much have you enjoyed though, just the atmosphere at Paarl? And I mean, it's pretty unique as far as venues around the country go.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as I signed for Paarl, I was initially over the moon. I've got a bit of an affiliation with Cape Town. I come here a lot and travel here with my partner. We're actually getting married 10 minutes away from our hotel in Paarl, so yeah, it holds a fairly special place in my heart. And on the ground, it's awesome. It might not have the capacity of some of the other stadiums, but they certainly make up for it with their vocals and how loud they are. So no, I've thoroughly enjoyed it so far.
If I could just ask, not strictly SA20 related, but there's been a lot of turmoil in English cricket at the moment. You've had a sort of taste of international cricket, a bit on the outer lately. Do you feel that there's a chance now for some of the players that, like yourself, who've been kind of on the outer for a while now with, obviously there's this inquiry going on and it looks like there might be a lot of change happening in English cricket. Are you optimistic that players like you and some of the others who've been ignored maybe will get a look in now?
Yeah, I mean the boys had a fairly tough winter, and it's a very tricky place to go and tour Australia. I think it's really hard to go there and win, and I think everything spirals from there normally. I mean, and my personal ambition is still huge to play cricket for England, whether that's Test match cricket, one day cricket, or T20. So, yeah, my ambition is still very high, and hopefully, if I can keep scoring the runs, then one day I can get the nod.